This is Wadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Wadu TV suni ye mamu nyina kwaba efa embraso na nsem sisi pa baye 1 month ni ena Kwaku Annan IGP so nukreni expose upon expose wodwe banod yes Nigeria phobi yomabom tuo so mayom den komo IGP obisane so many questions about it. Annoh Dompreh so ehwo akwadwa mu na no akoyi nika wakoka se oye MPP ni na koto se NDC ni ene MPP ni ne ko aboa onu MPP ni na mombo NDC ni no won se da me rame no kwa asem kwa na kwa naka na Kwaku Annan no so ade wa ye nya saketo one Martin Kpebu member edema operation recover all loot so edin komo na lawyer akekansem bebre nyame adoma joda omokoshi omampanyin no modern krata kogu nanim omomodin abemu no na mahu kwa betima faso na ode said also ntino yekotie Kwaku Annan
Frank Annoh Dompreh say na mane die bi wo ha na omra na ombeje. Now tonight politics of today begins with Honorable Frank Annoh Dompreh urging his party supporters to stand up in readiness to support one another to beat up NDC party supporters wherever fights will break up. Honorable Annoh Dompreh, the temptation to resist to call some of our members of parliament the word honorable. Honorable it's honorable. And yet, do not let the age come. And yet, honorable. Case closed. But then again, let me put an emphasis on this. An emphasis is mine. I have oftentimes, and I make us say, the word honorable no, is for the aristocrats. Okay, Monte. Huh? Mo pain kunya. Mo pain kunyo. Mo suso mu minimum. Bo nipa minimum say. Wo penu ne humi aje. Mo biri mo ho from the 8th parliament. Ebedru the 9th parliament. Mo gusu biri mo ho. Nti still mo pa say Kwaku metna aha. Na me frɛ mo den honorable members of parliament. Hello folks. You think so? My inability to call you honorable. Na me di be frɛ beka say Kwaku manye ne ti mo de me privilege wana me pa ba hodeda. Awurade yes. Me pe privileges wa ba na me nya abre, me nya akwan. So me say the word honorable is for the aristocrats, and the aristocrats are not here. They are not in this country. Me who be of parliament? Well, no. Many is a politician be both MPP and this many is some. But at the same time, may I say, I haven't seen one of them there. The aristocrats are there in London. Annoh Dompreh say, NPP supporters, get ready. A brave who say ye brim NDC MPP ni biano, munye ready. Musmun kambo, prepare. Enti one kasa mumisa mo. Mo set it on my way, Ghana on my way. You are setting this country on fire for whatever reason I don't know. Now, ebria ya to abewia ye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ewie ya. Oman penny, one penny wasem John. Beman nyamfo kama mpeno. Mempaye na me bo amo nyankopon se. John Mahama His Excellency, ni ministers no. Wonu benya asobre no ma hwe ne se papa no, what is so gwama. No me bo John Mahama me ne deliver. That is all my prayer. And on Wednesday, ne bi mo ntia ase no. Oh, Kwaku Annan is set me set to doom. Me set. Wonim dia work kantia. Simon, no me boama papa with me discharging the responsibilities as he said on the campaign platform. Ye wio, ye hwempuntuo ai beba. ni yakɔ enim ye bedidi hwɛ politics na mo ye no gidi nkote bankranti nkotokuro nsrada a mo twetwe no wo de kɔ he Ghana nie enti enye mo fɛ enye ye nika sa de akyɛ ne ye na ya sorry we fa boka we fa pie we fa ne ye na ye koye de betimi ye ne ye nyano adua ne ye di keke ye bedidi ne ya nom ne ya da ne ya sorry ne ye nya atare we bi ne ya hye keke eno ano bibia ni ho biomo mo se mo mpe a nation such as this, a nation that is seen all over the world. Ghana, we are located in the middle belt. Ghana, this small country, a small atom, is located in the middle of the world. And yet, the global world proud Ghana as a gateway to Africa and as a beacon of democracy. Mumpewi, you don't. We are the epicenter of the world. In decision makings around the world, Ghana is being invited. We are a member of the UN Security Council. We are part of the UN Charter. At least, at least. Meme wafa kura kudi secretary ni mani ye. Eyora Kwaku Annan kudi secretary general ni mani ye. O my kiti ti wo yo. Anya Nigeria o. Anya Burkina, anya South Africa, anya Zimbabwe, anya Ghana. We are a member of the UN Security Council and the UN Charter. We are not proud of this. What we are proud of is that ya to abewie nsekan kotokuro nsrada yentwetwe ho ne yenye ho basabasa. Sawa ho. But then again, guess what? The sad part of all that I'm saying is that when these politicians tell you to go and do this, by the time he or she ends his or his statement, one leg of his or hers is at the airport. Walk Johnny. Ebi American and family members in your Johnny. This is what they want to engage you and I to spend the rest of our time in. Mimi tell me say, "Abrochim ma dem ekwe America na say ekotsan wo kwaji dan. Wo ma wo no mo wo ho. Ni enso e wan zi enhwe ni entoto ni mo men. Aha enye krabehwe. Keke o. Ye bedi di keke. Ye di, ye num ni ye di. Baby a ni ye di bia. Ye bedi aduane. Ye benom di bisa na mo ade. Umpe na apede. Oh, producer say me money na. Umpe na kufuo kan na so hwe o. Oman ya utimu a ma fe na mo ade. Emema fe. Bibia ye kam wo memu ha. Hwe se wo mo e wa ma no ne ba o memu a. Wo mo chilia ya no eduru be ko mu ntimo mo person be cover because enti sa ho. De okwo chile wen fa. E wo snow num. Look at these snowflakes. Okwo chile wen. Enti mu mpe wei wo man wei mu. Enyenyo ewia wei. Ewia ojatana wei a esi esu. E boy wo ni mebi, but mo se mo mpe. Politicians wei o. Kwahwe, our politicians are privileged with all manners of laws. Our politicians are more endowed with a lot of opportunities. You and I do not have it. And guess what? They are taking the political expediency out of these privileges to be what? To be fooling and to misbehave stupidly and sheepishly. And they want us to zip our lip and close our eyes over it. How dare you guys? How dare you? I don't have that privilege. My viewer perhaps don't have that privilege. You, a member of parliament, who was that privilege, you know. And to privilege, I want to say, who be engaging and see you could say to trust me, you prepare. Now, they be a master because Ghana, ya is a busiaba, umpo, ya is a busiaba kumau. From the north, south, east, and west. We are a family, if you don't know. We are. Because I say, me, south, my life now, I live, when I was growing up, at the tender age, I grew up all my life now in the northern region. Yes. And I take my northern brothers and sisters very seriously. Because when I'm turning with my family, my parents. Obiso etna yawo nord nabi o yawo sa nord nano ewa Accra ha onim north ho Accra any base Kumasi any base Koforidua any base. We are all one people. Why politician in the name of your this politicking You want to continue to divide and destroy us. 32 years. 32 years. We continue to destroy. Yeah, guso wo entumi nya banche body no aneye. This man is your member of parliament for Insawam Ategya constituency. He's called Frank Annoh Dompreh. Assembly, how many days, weeks now? I think barely about 2 weeks ago. And I said this, that no, tradition is tradition. We should not and may not and cannot alter tradition on one hand. Let tradition be like DBA said. Politics obeto traditional. Yes. Religion obeto tradition. Into to tradition as Sarama eyi. Tell say wo hwe ye memu ha. Oba any kwan according to and all tribes were Ghana na sanete. Ba kukure no a e were exceptional. Say oba betimi edi be matem openly say. So no ukunu what them now be di ukunu na do ukunu be a soft punching bag. That's okay with you there. Alright. If you want to use your husband as what a racked him up the floor, hey man, that's your point. That's your own way. I ain't coming through. Nobody comes through. It's about you and your husband. But publicly, say be a dream corporate organization, we say maybe only ukunu and then openly subject your husband to ridicule. No. It's untenable. And nunti any movie ni ekase. Mami hard caster na mo friends saying bisa. No ne Annoh Dompreh ya no wa I condemn Sadian. Okay. Yeah. Then again I went further to state say we will take Annoh Dompreh to the cleanest. It will be when Annoh Dompreh comes at crossroads with something that borders on the whole nation. Ebini. So mo say me kana when Timian keeping who you Annoh Dompreh is caught in the crossfire. Now urging MPP supporters who are not just MPP, they are Ghanaians to crush the NDC. NDC for NDC for they are also what Ghanaians. One also Annoh Dompreh when ye sebe na can say you when you Burkina Faso where Ghanaian. And Annoh Dompreh better say NDC ni MPP crash. Na hunten moje hwegu ye brimbi bie wuwu e bie prepra ye duom dem na Annoh Dompreh te parliament or not te parliament or ni ye kan fane se ensa wo madregiri ho ne constituency wo nipa be se nipa be se sen dia dunum ana se dunsia ana se sen wo mu na atori amono Annoh Dompreh obekọ fie bia mu na wakọ sorry sorry na emfo bia kra emma back no eno obekọ akoye. Oh, there. Meaning how within fears, I don't know. But on the flip side of life, folks, tonight, my minimum. Yeah, ni serious. So Friday is the science so MMUA kakra. Yes. I did be cause to Kenya. Na, I'm a Kenya mrante ni abrepa. Yes. Me yesho se Ghana beti mi akoso. Something is happening in Kenya. And he said, Kenya mema ne nia breakfast say e man na wo Kenya no e twitwa e man na Ategya me koka no ro amaka se manka ne ye enso ye kasa wo MCA sa de ye friend say Kenya man no e twitwa e mema no ade na sense mema ne enantem no ye friend say mun kan kire me. No, I want my viewers, give me the name to say it. Something is not adding up here in this country. And my dear, your friend is saying, who can we treat more about kind of saying, and my dear. But what kind of brofonwa am I near you? Name Semeko can wa mia me kasemu ya me mother tongue. No me can. Hey, Kwaku Annan. Aye, then I had on my way nipa way no. Can you imagine? The same man na him one. Akufo-Addo koka de wo enchenchen no mienu no hwa no na mfifi de ni wantimi anka enti de se ho no ye be friend saying Kenya man no take charge of a member na wo Kenya na e wo mo de no minim se enti o mo yesa mo be man all sorts of names Kwaku Donsuro hwan Tedua na but ni nara e woni din wo ho. The oral team pretty shortly na ye hwe se de enioma esi etie now mamemra messages because say Adomako Richard said this revelation is very sensitive country security. Okay. Well say oh my hands are any people in happy with the IGP say ye be ninsam so Ghana police for am say nipa bi ani nyesa to munim say the police for na say wilder to won drop it say message no now Mary boss Kwaku good evening you are doing a great job and honestly no the other banner Dr. Dakumbe for Kwaku please stop this Nigerian issue because this could ignite fire between Ghana and Nigeria. If you have something implicates the IGP, please give it to president or newly appointed security boss. I tend to disagree with you. Me say secret me sorry in family report and command national security say fire them. I don't want to get there. National security for didn't you hear me? The national security coordinator Osman also on say Makasa and the predecessor Kwaku Annan. It brings my anger too fast. Ghanaians, I want to be decent sometimes. If you don't understand some things, do not write any. I don't want to use the F word. I hate to hear things like that. Look, it takes me the hardest pain to go through and come here and sit and do programs such as this. And I struggle to get documents of this sort to sanitize the nation. When some of your unscrupulous, useless men are in leadership and they are doing stupid and foolish things, go and speak to them. Don't come and tell me what I should not do. I'm doing my job. Should I come and sit here and talk about market people? Absolutely nonsense and rubbish. IGP not to also on TC Kasa and some phone one IGP not to on Ghana or switching Ghana. Isn't the IGP running his taxes on Ghana? Isn't the Ghanaian taxpayer seeking near the mano? IGP not so near Anwana. Doesn't the IGP has a mouth to talk when they are talking about you? Is the IGP saying himself, oh, ni Annoh Dompreh kasa? Absolutely balderdish. I hate things like that. Please, don't write, messages that doesn't make sense to me. The Ghanaian policemen and the policewomen are also human beings. Go and find out how many police officers who want to see the IGP's back. Absolutely. Oh, come on. Don't push me there. I distaste this. Me, I don't fear anybody in this country. I respect the president down. I'm not scared of anybody. Please don't go there. It's a national. Monteha. All of you were here when I was talking about national security issues. The former national security coordinator, look at the harm he caused to some people at the national security office. How many people opened their mouth? Weren't you people here when I read the report and what has happened to him? His predecessor is sitting there. Folks, well, the oral team is about to wrap up. But on circumstances why the oral team would wrap up and they'll give their report to the president and the attorney general. For us, we believe that, either we may say early days yet. But then the question remains, will the oral team continue to do their job, or when they hand over their report to the president, their job has come to an end? Folks, let's go on the line and speak to Martin Kpebu. He's a legal practitioner and a senior member of the oral team. Martin, good evening.
Evening, Mr. Annan.
Good one. Yes, how are you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm well.
Wonderful. I'm not quite sure if I've kept you much longer at your night.
No.
Good one, because I know you don't sleep early. Good. Martin, first of all, sir, what we are learning is that anytime soon the oral team, your job will come to a close and then you hand over your report to the president. Take us through, first of all, the purpose on why this oral team was formed. Then we go into other stuff.
Okay. So, President Mahama while he was president-elect, at a meeting with people who had come to congratulate him, I think some foreign ambassadors, etc., also indicated that many Ghanaians had been sending him messages, WhatsApp, text, etc., reporting bad deeds, malfeasance, etc., the loot that was ongoing, and some which had happened under the NPP regime. So he saw that he could no longer cope. So it occurred to him to then set up a committee to receive such complaints, because he could see that he wasn't the only person, and that, I mean, it means that people would reach out to other persons. So he wanted to have all of these complaints in one, pool, in one pool at one point. So that's how come he set up this committee. You know, it's also instructive to know that it's already in the NDC manifesto that if they want power, they would set up an institution to do Operation Recover or Loot. So he kick-started it with the committee. So you see that he gave, the next thing is that he gave the committee a very limited mandate. That is to receive these complaints, some of which people had sent to him. So he said, okay, then receive. Yours is to receive, gather, and also gather evidence that's readily available. Just receive the information and gather any evidence that they bring to you. Because you know some people, and through what you find is that some people bring petitions. They don't have supporting documents because the persons who have caused the wrong deeds are still in office. So there are some petitions, there are no attached documents, etc. Then there are other petitions, you find all the documents attached. So we receive all. So we are not allowed to say, oh, because we are not investigating, if you bring a petition and it has evidence attached, we will say take the evidence away and bring it another time. No, we are gathering the evidence as well. And some of the evidence too is in the public domain. So like if you take National Cathedral, and some of the evidence is in the public domain.
Exactly.
So we gather that, put them together, and then wait for the stage 2 of the oral, which is the investigations and then prosecution. Yeah, so ORA, you know, OSC has already written that, yes, it will work with ORA.
Okay.
So we'll collaborate with the OSC. I'm sure it will go for a lot of the other state institutions.
Okay.
Then we'll see what can be done.
Good one. Beautiful one. Now, Martin, would you say, therefore, that whatever that you've gathered, from the legal standpoint, and of course you being a lawyer, could be described as prima facie, or otherwise the Attorney General is yet to establish the prima facie based on the report you submit? Where do we stand?
Yes, so we see, you see, some of them, you know, there are over 800 petitions, complaints, etc.
Wow.
So it's not every case that's a full case. Some of them are information and tips. Like they can say, hey, watch this institution, Ghana Maritime Authority, or watch Ghana Ports and Harbors, people are stealing, etc. So those ones, if you say watch Ghana Ports and Harbors, people are stealing, that is not a full complaint by itself. That one is a tip, right?
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is that some of them, they are not evidence that you take straight to court. But there are others which are, we as lawyers, we deem them relevant evidence.
Yeah.
But we know that the Attorney General will also exercise his independent judgment on them. But naturally, the training we have as lawyers is largely the same.
I see.
The next thing that differentiates us is maybe further studies and experience. But a lot of the evidence we've seen, it appears to us that they are relevant and good, admissible in court.
I see. Good one. Now, Martin, some some Ghanaians are also expressing the view that isn't too early that the oral team is facing off, and that's one. Number two, some are also asking questions. Do you think you've gathered enough within this very stipulated period of, say, your job it's not even up to 1 month. I stand to be corrected though. But within this few period, have you been able to gather enough from the 8 years countdown from the former, the ex-Annoh Dompreh administration? Have you been able to gather all that's worth, call it operation, recovery or loot, or still we can say there are other stuffs remain that we need to recover, according to your operations?
Yeah, so naturally, it's not possible to use 1 month to gather the misdeeds that were done by Kwaku and his cohorts in 8 years. No, you can't use 1.5 months. I think we've been around for about 1.5 months. No, you can't. So you naturally need more time. But the thing is that, as I stated earlier, this is stage 1.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So stage 1 is the gathering. It doesn't mean when we hand over to the president, the whole of ORA is dead. No, that's not what it means.
Okay, that was the thought of some people. So it's not dead. Okay, good.
No,
good.
We standing alone like this, and the Attorney General being also alone, and OSP being alone, is what it will be dead. So it means that we may not. It's also possible His Excellency can give an extension, but let's say right now the mandate is that when the Attorney General comes, we'll hand over. But like me, as an identifiable individual, Honorable Kujeto, POP Kofi Boaki, etc., we also have meaningful roles. Like this evening, I met some other persons bringing petitions, etc. That will continue. And also, even the Secretariat itself, let's say, if the Attorney General decides that ORA, we should come and be under his wing, okay? So you will see that, okay, the former ORA Secretariat now is part of the Attorney General's investigative team, or it is at OSP. But ORA is not going to die. No. It's in stages.
I see.
You will see ORA continue in different forms. And as I stated, let's repeat. The OSP has already indicated that it is willing to work with the ORA. So ORA is not going to die.
Okay.
It's here to stay.
Good.
So rest assured. Yes, it's here to stay.
Good one. Now, Martin, you are an experienced senior, lawyer, part of the legal luminary. Some are saying, Ghanaians are putting it this way. Would it be right, or if you like, to establish a different court for the prosecutions of this oral issue? In other words, they are suggesting this very position on the heels of delay. So, as it were, justice delays and justice denied. In other words, John Mohammed's administration is 4 years to go. Before the 4 years, people are expecting that a significant number of this exercise must achieve a certain meaningful, direction, so that it will not then sound as though the 4 years is up to the brim. Then it's like we've not prosecuted even one person. They are all, stand up to the court and all of that. So why don't we create another court to expedite prosecution? Do you tend to agree with this?
Absolutely. It's also the way to go. Setting up new courts. Yes, the Chief Justice, governor will make a request, and then the Chief Justice hopefully would approve it. So that, the AG, as is written, Dr. Ayine mentioned that the public tribunals will be back. They are in the Court Act, and then the regional tribunal. Yes, so that the state looting and etc. Will receive quick and swift attention. So that's the right way to go, because some of the courts are choked. So we need to employ more judges and then reopen the tribunals, or even if later they change, the Attorney General changes his mind and say, okay, we should continue with the existing courts, they will increase the number of courts. So as we sit now, there are courts for galamsey, especially for galamsey. There is a court for recovery of debts owed to the state. And yes, so why not? If we bring another court for recovery of debt, loot owed to the state, it's nothing new. So currently, as we speak, there is a judge whose main jurisdiction is to deal with cases where people owe the government money. So it's there. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a galamsey court. There is a tax court. And there is a court for people who steal electricity. There is a court for people who don't pay snakes. So, yes, it's nothing new for the Attorney General to say, oh, we'll open more courts. It's been ongoing over all these years.
Good one. Now, Martin, would you share this with us that all, so far from what you've uncovered, would you say that they are all politically exposed persons, or we have private, persons also involved from your recovery?
Oh, generally, the politically exposed persons need private collaborators to go hand in hand. It's usually the norm that they do hand in hand with private persons. So you find private persons, you find politically exposed persons. That's to say, when we say the politically exposed, some of them are actually even private. You see, so when you say politically exposed, let's take a minister. The minister is the one in office, but a lot of the time, because of the nature of the job of the minister, if he's a man, his wife easily becomes a politically exposed person because he's married to a minister.
Yeah.
All right. If it's a woman, the same thing for her husband. Sometimes even going up to children. So a lot of the politically exposed persons are not public officers. They are actually private persons. Yeah.
I see. Good. Martin, before I let you go, my last question will be to ask, give us the page, how many pages of this document? And can you give us a tidbit of, some of the persons in the document, if you can share this with us? How many pages of document are we expecting? And of course, give us some, some highlights of persons you can figure out. Are you ready?
Okay, so number one, the page, we are not done fully. We have this weekend to finish up. So I cannot really mention a page. If I mention 200, then by Monday it turns out to be 450. You say I've misled you.
Yeah.
Then number two, we don't mention individual names. We are waiting when we hand over. Oh, let's wait. I mean, we all know that there was a lot of loot. There was a lot of looting, and there was a lot of loot, right?
Did you capture the BOG 60 million? Is this 60 million stuff? Did you capture it?
Which one? BOG.
The BOG, the Bank of Ghana, 60 million, whatever. You recall?
The printing of money.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, President Kufuor, I said President Kufuor. President JM, President Mama had earlier said that Ernest Addison has questions to answer. So that one too will be there.
I see.
Right. So those ones are in the public domain.
Yeah.
Yes, those are the cases, etc. That all led to this ORAL. So we are putting everything together, and then when what do you call it? It's presented to the president. And then to the Attorney General, you'll hear more from us.
Good one. Martin, I have to let you go, and then we'll touch base with you as the group works gradually to submit your report to the president. Then we'll touch base again with you. Many thanks indeed for this very time, Martin.
You're welcome.
Good one. Martin Kpebu is a legal practitioner and also a member of the oral team. No, Ekasa na Martin Ama. And the one say Bank of Ghana, Mokai says he can 60 million Ghana cedis gone. Remember, Governor Addison, get ready. We need that money back. So as you can create to me the NDC, Moina Mokan, my friend saying push. Yeah, bet me the push. All the kind of roads in your money. But making kind messages kakra. Some of them I've read it already, and so my mention George Nabafo say Jonathan. I say even if she insulted him, Ghanaians now know she was 100% right. That man called Annoh Dompreh is more than. Georgina, so I would mean repeat you how. Jonathan, is it Ahohe? I say he was simply described. Oh, okay. So two of you are talking on my this time. I say he did not act far from the description made, which was factual truth. Okay. Kwesi Taylor so ede adibia na mehwehwe din ne de bae. Nti ono so de ne bae KOTI no or de aba. Nti eno no aba score. Okay, Memra has a Mavis or say name, God bless you, bro. I say think the NDC should move forward to do the needful to mother Ghana. Honestly, the other banner was still Doris Dogblip also Kwaku watching you from New York. Kudos for the work, for your work. Okay, and John Vega say too much bad press and controversy woven around the image of the IGP. I think President Mahama would flash him out. It is only a matter of time. Chill small. Okay. Emmanuel Apia Kubi, I say, please, Kwaku, please, I wish you would give my number. Oh, to who? Or number to who? Okay, note. I say, so Uncle Kwaku, you mean one for the rest number? Abena, I say, I don't know why IGP cannot arrest Annoh Dompreh after all he did yesterday and he went to Parliament today. Do we have leaders in this country? Okay. Well, so good evening, boss. I am watching you from inside Saudi Arabia. Edu Enode Eba, Saudi Arabia. Osei Kwame Jr. Osei, despite Alan chairman team for 2028, good evening, Senior Kwaku Annan, Mama Georgina Bar for Hope Senior Viadoye and the rest. I've been also good evening, big bro. You know this Ramdi Osman. Also good evening, Mr. Annan. I'm watching you from Spain. More fire. And Ramdi, good evening. Say okay. And or they on messages, you know, on the by my membership. Being so ewaha. Right? Loads of message, loads. I'm going to read them. Also, Mr. Host Kwaku Annan, good evening. God bless you for the hard work you are doing for Mother Ghana. Please, I want to do small calculation for... I want you to do small calculation for me, please. I'm having 471.18 Ghana cedis in my Momo. And I send 51 cedis and MTN give me 367.40. Please, I'm confused. I don't know the percentage they took. So why do you think I should be the one to do this? But calculation why do you think serious? Dominic, why would you bring this whilst others have their messages I need to read? Dear Annan, can you please investigate the sudden upsurge of the widespread fires all over the country? Don't you think some people are behind it? By the way, where is Asante Bedietu? Honestly, Asante Bedietu. Good evening, boss. After fire outbreaks in there, say, Nyame na meka. Ni na ye nim say enipa hihya ase na yes ade meboana. And you see, Nyame mekwa investigate na ye bibio. State apparatus so mo ho. They should go and investigate. Me so meti ha me there. Good evening, boss. God bless you for your hard work. Please tell Mr. Ablakwa not to renew any passport for any MPP members. I'm Christian from Kofrodia. And also they say your rights sir. Obey renew passport. Or passport so by law say say renew in Good evening. I say, well, boss, please. Our issue on the A4 papers and the padlock does it mean government does not give A4 sheets to print exam papers? Please warn Ganata Secondary School Dodoa for us. Thank you. Last time, some years, but Mr. Momonfa petition and the best way this issue can be resolved finally is to send a petition to the Minister for Education. Hello, Kwaku Annan. As a citizen, I am worried about the implications of IGP George Dompreh's continuous stay in office with the 2020 and 2024 post-election violence still unresolved. It is imperative that IGP Dompreh prioritize accountability and justice. I urge President Mahama to consider the needs of Ghanaians and take decisive action. The people will not forgive if IGP Dompreh remains in office beyond a reasonable period. Eko Thomas, watching from Tema Committee 4, and Ode Ebaye. Mr. Kwaku, I am not sure NPP would come back because now, before NDC is going to settle everything, Akela and Ode Ebaye. Okay, I get what you're trying to put. I say, God bless, protect Mr. Annan for me because, my senior man has deep information and hard truth. God protect and keep giving us deep information. Charlie, don't mind those people in the comment section, senior. Thank you very much. Yeah. I said, this IGP is deadly nightshade, a vampire who need not to be entertained, casting shadows and aspersions on the police service required immediate relinquished of his position. Dr. Dompreh, it's time for introspection and retrospection and do the needful. Manka, PK ano de beba. PK. Shra, ukaya utmi kata weni krana ukaya message. Very beautiful. We say about 98% of police personnel wanted IGP to leave. That's what we want. Wati, afirmati. Me crowd them make 80. Wati. Also saying 98% of police. Also to watch dia beto me is say and a minjai Dompreh na D na kwesi infa. Na police no mo ye Ghanaians so. Na wan kasa to wan say asemwesi na ye see police officer mra wo fie. No ma mehwe bamba na police officer no oma D no so oma against the backdrop of say morale. Yeah, can say the morale our police service I drop it. So obi amfa ho. No so oma. So oma no work for IGP Dompreh so omra no meka omehwe problem ne ma. Ate. Ghana for na am sometimes mo kasa sana. The policemen are also Ghanaians. Why? The policemen are people's fathers. The policemen are people's husbands. The policemen are people's sons. The police women are people's mothers. The police women are people's sisters. The police women, they are breadwinners. See, munya dia mokeka yako ka IGP nasma na na obedi de gumaso. Masa for asem fe. Good evening, my lovely host. Asemo, see please, I am police chief inspector at headquarters. Please, our current IGP, when is he leaving for another person, should take over. Please, most personnel at top there are not in good shape. If not one day. Ate, one for Nidiama, me here Nidia, but a police penny, also our headquarters, or what did the organ? Una way to Ghana for it. Me who nipa was we are the most damn hypocrites I've never seen. God should rain some fire and burn all of us to ashes. Now some for us. Ghana for a hypocrite toto. Yeah, can't some now. Oh, and then penny for kind of Trinity mama who gets nanwa. Who say a grenade? Your body bow with him say, hey, Asamato. I also want the police personnel to feel good. Me be any police. Me papa me work for be any police officer. But I have friends in the police. They need to feel good. Folks, this Annoh Dompreh most called by the military to investigate his behavior. Someone from Kaswa will say, hi folks, Annoh Dompreh is a threat to this government. Okay. My. Good evening, Kwaku. Please, can you educate on why asset declarations are not made public? And please, may we know if you do invite them officially to come for self-defense and clarification, as you have always suggested. One of the best messages I've ever read. Plenty of messages. But it's true. President Mahama said, "Women declare my asset." That's when we declare their crime. When we act saying 5 whatever, or church will good paper, so not or the good paper so not their question envelope, not their court to Mahama, Auditor General in one or court. Brother, good evening, please, and good work you are doing for Mother Ghana. This guy called Annoh Dompreh, the woman who called him blah blah is right. We are seeing and hearing this myopic mind, if not lack of home culture as a lead makes such barbaric comments, even my village assemblyman wouldn't condone with his or her followers to fight others just because they are not in the same political party. Shame to him and a minority leader. In fact, country like Ghana, that we have such as leaders. Okay, folks, my main family is here na mempon. Na me aso kura ma bre. Good evening, Kwaku Annan. This MPP boy is still battling with his loss. They're hard at the past election. He still in confusion mode. Hey, message in the boom, just say you just have to struggle. I am Evelyn. Annoh Dompreh himself is an illegal MP. Okay? It's about the killing of 7 Nigerians who were arrested at Kaswa and brought to the National Operations Department, JOC National Headquarters, and killed. Have you heard this? 7 Nigerians were brought from Kaswa, supposed hideout, right in Budumburam. They brought them to the police headquarters. And according to my report, it says what? Operations Department. Yeah, National Operations Department, right? JOC National Headquarters. And they were killed. How? No, how can IGP do that? Is this true? But you know what, folks, if you recall, sometime last year, I picked the report itself, the report about this 7 Nigerians and Ghanaians, if you recall. I showed their pictures, all of them, the 7 Nigerians, with the exception of the pregnant woman among them that I did not show. And I did that for obvious reasons. And I'm sure many of you will recall that I exercised a discretion not to show the pregnant woman. Do you recall? Do you recall that this story, we did it last year, before elections, and we called on the IGP, that Mr. Inspector General of Police, please come and give a clarity. Come and give a clarity to what we are doing, because this platform is a fact finding, it's an investigative magazine show, for Christ's sake, Mr. IGP. Till this moment, till this period, the IGP did not make it as though it's a matter of concern. He did not attach seriousness to it. And in fact, we called on Ghana Police Service, the what do you call it? The PR department. Come and speak to. You've killed 7 people and they are not Ghanaians, Nigerian nationals. Really, IGP? For what? How? And I told you that we were making, all sorts of checks within the Nigerian community and including the Nigerian High Commission. Now, tonight, I have the report here. Folks, this is a report about the 7 killing of the Nigerians. Another report here. Somebody wrote this to President John Dramani Mahama. And this report is talking about resetting. President Mahama said he's going to reset Ghana. This is it. And they've linked the IGP to this. Okay. Folks, I can only say, and there's something happening at Cocoa Board. Yes, Cocoa Board. So please, Cocoa Board. Who is going to Cocoa Board? Randy Abbey. Randy, gauge the space. There's something going on at Cocoa Board, and you need to hear this. Yeah, Cocoa Board. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. It's quite serious, though. It's quite serious, though. Asem beba debut. Asem ebeba debi. Kwaku mo blame you na me ye medwuma. Okay? Asem ebeba debi. Mr. Inspector General of Police, let me again say this tonight and emphasize a point, and emphasis is mine. Mr. IGP, after this one is a matter of concern. It's so deep, it's harrowing. There's a lot that IGP need to talk about the murder of 7 Nigerians. And we want the IGP to allow the police PRO, to come out and speak on this. Yes, Mr. Inspector General of Police. With the greatest of respect. With respect, IGP, let me borrow my brother's word. With respect, IGP, with respect. We need the Inspector General of Police, IGP, to put a clarity to this, because according to this report, IGP went to Nigeria recently. According to this report, the Inspector General of Police went to Nigeria. What happened there is here. Oh, Lord have mercy. Post Kaka IGP BD. Well, folks, let's get started. I believe the IGP this time around. Either so one IGP Uyobia and Chena Wafa or Puma now and Tinchana na 190 straight. Ahani police headquarters and what in Tinchan kakra na tumpa sampasa na bra mi studio na mfa wontra na yen grelo na yen hwe nyoma na bibia ndede na kwam ade ntira IGP mpesa obeyesa Mr. Inspector General of Police ade ntina ompesa obeyesa. Well, tonight on the bill Obin Tonkra and Fre Annoh Dompreh Frank Annoh Dompreh na mon kan chen say na mani die bi wa ha say Kwaku ba ma ye nipa bone sem sa o but me nye nipa bone mon kan che Annoh Dompreh say na mani die bi e wa ha say Annoh Frank Annoh Dompreh MP for Einfa Adwejiri meboa Inza home adrejiri mon ka kira Annoh Dompreh say na ma ne die bi e wo ha na omra na omeden ombe eje na ma ne die no yes omra na omeje na bibia so enye den ende da nakwam Ghana police fo nyina mo hwe me bi chetia mu na I know say Ghana and ebisu eni nye kura o. In fact, yes, Ghana police for ne there. I know say about 80 to 90% of the Ghana police for or more than that kura. When we are very happy, they are aware of what is going on. But in Penifubi or Memunzu or Muzumini nye the air no kura. Yeah. When you're happy with what's going on at all. I know. But me, I'm doing my job. I'm working. Yet me bahasa me yeduma. What did I say? My CEO, Kwesi Chei Dakwa. Yes. Kwesi expensive Kwaku. Esa be transfer na we yeduma. Ti me yeduma. My group chairman Sedu Agongo. Women na they are expecting say me bana me be yeduma. Ti me yeduma nti. So ubufi mu ubufu oni me bi na won te sa na na ase a me so ya na me nte wase te mase sa na ade na akoye enti me fa me hu abufu me ye meduma why eduma me so me ye dididi a no ukoji ministerial position ukoji den ukoye den me ka politicians no me so me die mu ani manye sa mi nidi manye sa mi nidi se mi didie me didi na menom ana won ti ase ene me hu akwa bi wa London why mo bo say your friend no intribu esi akon who's known as to me yeah Christ of Nazareth. Politicians in Ghana minim adia ya na minim tumi ko a control our politicians. I saw intribu esi akon won to me. I call London about me who no Croydon. Me won to me or Croydon. I was sad at the door. Sometimes when I come at my politicians so hard, I mean time I come hard at them, but I speak to them and they have to listen. Minority leader, Kwamena, or Eminia, so we know. Yeah, or Eminia. I will come hard at Kwamena. Kwamena knows that Kwaku, yeah, you're doing your job. ono abekana so say Kwaku say politics we knew at times when you other than that then I have to stay in my private business and but as long as I'm a politician why not? It has to be like that. Accept it. Yeah. A lot of them Miami kuma some of Miami new di metimi no Francisco Fiana some kind no. Yeah, I yen ho adwuma pen e we fidie so ha. Saa na me nso me ye de enye na se ne kwan so say journalist bi so pick Kwaku a there be Kwaku me need right o. And so I me ho adwuma. Amini me so akrawa and Friday. It's only see the year. Manum is so we almost by 15 or 20 years. Bottom are very cute, pa. Bottom no say yes or baby echi. Or baby echi. The producer about one down for no. Bottom I no hostile they say. I no hostile they say. Na me tetano. Me tetano na me say Valentine will be refi hasi. I swear God. Valentine is the baby here. Folks, Anadri, I am running a mission. Your man crank. Inspector General of Police, what a bill no so. Oral team no so, at the bill no so. Cocoa board, assembly suho, yebekwa koshe sa asem kro. But in the meantime, in between time, folks, Obi can also say, Kwaku, I say, one a sintim misa, what a way a yana. So Kwaku is my senior brother. Many Kwaku sintim misa worked at one radio station years back, if you recall. Vibe FM 91.9. Vibe FM has trained a lot of radio presenters in this country. Yeah. I'm not talking about today's radio presenters. Oh. In the 90s, Vibe FM, a trainee radio presenters in Ghana, plenty. Journalists for Abako, Mukai journalists have Kofi Mensah. Kofi now I think is with the UN radio, right? Kofi Mensah, one of the best. Kwesi Chedakwa, my boss, was one. Okay, KKD 45, yeah, GBC. Ne Kwesi Mranti no. And Kwesi Dasu Jananai, so big time. Yeah. Adebi Kosuo, a year Cocoa Board. And we need to look at what is going on at Cocoa Board tonight. Now, I want the incoming CEO, Dr. Randy Abbey, to take note of this. Something is going on at Cocoa Board. The ex-chief executive of Cocoa Board made some staff to resign and form a company into seedling of cocoa. They were awarding themselves into millions of dollars during Nana Addo Akufo-Addo's administration. A tender has been opened just last week, and same business has been awarded to Joe Forson. Joe Forson, a lead person for these two companies, Afarenik and Kumak. And the expiry dates of this just awarded contract is 2027. Now, what it means is that we are still dealing with Boahin Edu and his fraudulent people. He created the 10 companies that bidded for the contract and price to lower price. Ategya Air Kosuo Cocoa Board and we have one eye and one leg there. This is a developing story, folks. You follow story to its logical conclusion. So I said the chief executive officer, friend is saying Cocoa Board former director. Reporter me say kan ho say wama Cocoa Board mpinifo bi resign free edumakuo nim. Womo awo ho e no mo resign ye no, woma sign abe create companies. And as our companies no ma sign dia ba Cocoa Board say yen san be den embe award contract enfemom. And a contract na be awarding nso no number 3. Sa companies in Crawford officials no move no ma resign. Woma kriya so yasen award contract na dia mom billions of dollars, millions of dollars. Folks, this is very scary. Very. Ehupa. Nature say I used to kukufu football be no more ball. I sir friend saying I CEO no cramo friends former CEO no the damn part for Odin bra. Oh, at the end then I friend sample Joseph, yes, Honorable Joseph Boahen. At the end of the day, no, kwa walk on untiminko said, into I say, all corner, with ja in Chima Bebre, the remnants, the Bre Woho. And it just one person with the Lutu or minor national security, Mr. Osman, Mumma winning Kohoye. Cocoa Boy, yeah, we are following this story. And again, my big brother Randy, Mweni and Kohoye, Cocoa Boy, papa. And it's a developing story. We are hoping say yeah a lot about Bremona Marsha said yeah you see at here. Folks. Obia sending message be. Message Stebin send or say, bro, good evening. Do you still call these people honorable? Honorable indeed. Honorable na make no. The word honorable. The aristocrats. Any ever from us. I'm also one person by aristocrats. Yes. Now, Yemra, next story. So. Again tonight, the frontline sharp lenses focus on the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu Dompreh, caught in a huge allegations of the death of 7 Nigerian suspects in Ghana custody, plus more. Folks, reporting the Guihano. IGP, yes, sir. I can't know what you saw, sir. IGP, yes, sir. We try. Yeah. There were lots of admirations and respect, Emma, the Inspector General of Police, but baby, I know my economy, Mr. IGP, Shini. Now, Brad report team, or say, outrage over IGP Dompreh's alleged role in the deaths of Nigerian suspects in Ghanaian custody. And again, before I start, I put this to the doorstep of the IGP. Say, Mr. IGP, me paucho, let the PR department of Ghana Police Service come to my studio, come and sit here, talk to us, or issue a rejoinder, anything, BRA, a rejoinder, press statement, press release, anything to clear the image of the Ghana police. Because I think, sir, the image of the Ghana police has been in bad waters for far too long. No, IGP, your administration has been in a bad press. I say message, my viewers, I'm all Saudi Arabia, all viewers in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, and Kosomokaya, Kwesi Prat Kromo, Azerbaijan, Kwesi o 2 countries are Ohana Kwesi eta eversete pa Kosomokaya, and Azerbaijan, yo Munso Amwo, New York City, ye Tuchamamuya. Now listen. Or see, a bombshell report alleges that the Inspector General of Police of Ghana, Dompreh, has been implicated in the extrajudicial killings of 8 Nigerians in Ghana. Sources close to the president of Nigeria claim to have fully briefed him on the disturbing incident, which has sent shock waves across the West Africa sub-region. The information reveals a pattern of uncooperative behavior of IGP Dompreh towards Nigerian government requests for information on the killings, raising serious questions about his undiplomatic conduct towards the Nigerian government. The Assembly Okanina said, Topaya Kesebia Tuasa Topaya no, Emunsem Efa IGP home. Now, Assembly Nana said, Nigerians, Bia, one mumba or memu ya makumaku and song. Sa Nigerian nationality, IGP Ashe, Wumina, allegation can say the abo IGP no, will come sa Nigerians in. Now, source nature said, right nature said, Assembly could do Nigerian president in a while. one more say Ghana Police Service IGP obeba na wabebo ma nsemi ntiase bi akoso ya IGP ni ready say obema mo cooperation. Now between Ghana and Nigeria ade we betimi spark a diplomatic row, but omo say the IGP no ne undiplomatic arrangement say ebema Nigerians ni nyom ho ntiase no esopa say onye ready say obedi say adwuma no na eno na ma sub region no mpenifo no bebre ate say IGP ekum nationals ni bi Nigerian nationals na entwa yie ti o say some incontrovertible information emanating from source close to the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, indicates that the president has been fully briefed about the killing of 8 Nigerians, including a pregnant woman. In Ghana, the killings were reportedly carried out. The killings were reportedly carried out under the express instructions of IGP Dompreh, who has consistently displayed an uncooperative attitude towards the Nigerian government. Request for details on the murders of its citizens. One more said, assembly to Nigerian president in the war. Now, fi say ni pay and soya ye kumomi. A IGP yankasa and one ma instructions say mumo say ni penny near to na munkumum ni ye kumom so. Now more Nigerian government ni trend say IGP obey crowd no waba momedi asemi hu anamotu IGP ni ready. The killings of these Nigerians and IGP Dompreh's subsequent refusal to provide information to the Nigerian government were among the reasons for Dompreh's recent visit to Nigeria, during which he sought to impress upon President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to lobby His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama to allow him to continue serving as IGP, received a very cold response from the Nigerian government. Now, what much is that? Now, Dompreh ako Nigeria akodi nkomo bi ho na saa nkomo na okodi ani na saa Nigerians nson ya enum ya yekumomi ni na aka ho na ma okoho na okoye ne nkomodi ni mu ana omdidi wie no afi oye na dwen se oni Nigerian president no Bola Tinubu bedi nkomo se na wahwe se nche omwa no na John Dramani Mahama ensan emfa ni si akonwa so as the IGP but Nigerian president no antwe ama no. Also, the killing of these Nigerians and IGP Dompreh according to this incontrovertible information, Dompreh was described by some members of the inner circles of the Nigerian government as an extremely dangerous person who arbitrarily and extrajudicially eliminates suspected Nigerian armed robbers arrested in Ghana. So much say Ora Dompreh Ebra okodru Nigeria hono the inner circles of Tinubu no womani anye no ho saa womu hu ni say we nipa bia ne ho ohu pa afi so se saa na ekoba e dia na che se Dompreh pese o kire se saa Nigerians no okumom no Nigerian akromfo a omo Ghana na wekunkumom na asese na ema it can be asserted unequivocally that when Dompreh arrived in Nigeria, most of the inner circle members of the Nigerian president were very unhappy to see him in close proximity to the president and did not conceal their misgivings. However, as usual, Dompreh had prepared thoroughly, and those who had arranged the meeting for him did not spare him despite his large unwelcome presence at the Nigerian presidency. The right teacher say etinyedie bi animo say Dompreh ba na waboa no ho pa but ebra obedru Nigeria ho no mpenimfo a wo ne Tinubu ho no na omani nye ba kwese enti anamo bia na ese Dompreh no otu no otu na wa ben president ni mpo no Nigerian high-ranking officials and no money in your house. Yes. And I said, Dompreh Bano, I said, Bruni Becca a lukewarm approach, a lukewarm arrangement to be, even though a son Banobe who papano. And to Yaki, Dompreh ko Nigeria, Ekuhu Nigerian president, you know, about 8 people here, including a pregnant woman. Or see, he distributed some monetary assistance to those who had facilitated his visit in order to appease them. The mocha say nipa or ya arrangement in the ma or no Dompreh maniko hu Nigerian president no or no so ope bibi kakra edema wonum omo ye nipa ben akweku I don't know. But I believe and I wish the IGP should speak on this issue. It will be recalled that IGP Dompreh invited the Nigerian diplomatic corps to the police headquarters shortly after his inauguration to request their assistance in arranging a meeting between him and the Nigerian president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which they gladly arranged, leading to Dompreh's visit to Nigeria. The Omopa Chene said, Ebra Dompreh yadeno eko eye obey IGP no. O invited Nigerian diplomatic corps no say diplomatic corps no say womo emran ne office. Nti Nigerian diplomatic corps no eko ho ono omu kodi nkomo. Say ono so nya obeko Nigeria. Na ono omo akwakoye ekodi nsa wo so ho. Ampara diplomatic corps no eya sa arrangement no. Eno ene leadima widen. Oko Nigeria ya one Tinubu ekudi nkomo na tie or say sources within the corridors of power in President John Dramani Mahama's government also indicate that when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama received news of Dompreh's visit to Nigeria to meet with His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of Nigeria, and persuaded him to also persuade President Mahama to allow him to continue serving as IGP of Ghana. Let us say, Oko Nigeria no, and Komodieni Nano, woman Nigerian president no so yes, only John Mahama enkasa, na John Mahama into me financial on tour na kunredi no so as IGP no. Or see, he was not in the least amused. In fact, he was quite furious that Dompreh would travel so far outside the country to enlist the support of other African heads of state in keeping him as IGP. Report today to us said, Ebra John Mahama eti said Dompreh etu sa anamon. In fact, ne bufuye na eye no won say Dompreh etumi etu anamon outside Ghana trying to solicit support. Say amayama bi esum penimfo ene ono John Mahama nkasa say be obe keeping the post no. How? However, the decision to dismiss IGP Dompreh had been made much earlier and is irreversible, despite the fact that many security analysts and senior police officers, both serving and retired, have publicly stated that the sooner the president relieves IGP Dompreh of his position, the better it will be for him and his government. The Omuchiremu Hane say, IGP ni de obepam manako. Na empenifo bi wo memu ha ebi a security analyst for ebi susu wo CSO no civil society group no say o man penini nya no ma IGP onko esan say obama na ko wo man nko no ko de obeko aden na wonya ne ntem ma onko wonko pe ba bi ntina ma asomdwe emba tie o say it is my belief that the decision has been already made, but the security apparatus of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama is considering a choice between Dompreh's deputy IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu, and 2 COPs, Alhaji Seydou Idi Lansa and COP Saibu Gareba Pabi as potential replacement for Dompreh in the coming days and weeks. Not just say, says here, I'm penning for so I saw Monai Bakusia, Edwin say, okay, Saddam Parabecodia, and any deputy now, a COP Christian Tetenya Honuno. Onona, Wamufa Ninsia Kunyaswana. So they are asking questions. Again, a DB Swap a Dini Bidia, a COP Alhaji Sedu Idi Lancer, and a COP Saibu Gareba, Pabi, Umina DAP say, Umunya na Yemfano, and but Kwaku, I think, sir, me name me a choice for Ghana Police Service for. And me things here, sir, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, be Emanache Ghana Police Force, me say, on consider COP Tete Yahonu on for post, mon femano, na mon cher me bois. Mon femano, na mon cher de Bessie or Ghana Police, yes. For me, as a security and intelligence student, no, meaning the American here. I'm a student, meaning the American. It is my belief that the decision, okay, Makaho, or say, the alleged involvement of IGP Dompreh in the unlawful deaths of civilians is a grave violation of human rights and undermines confidence foreigners in Ghana would have in the Ghana Police Service. Or say, IGP nu kwanya wafa so okum foreigners na se for no. Ebe mo main foreigners wo mo ha mo gidi wo main ye security no ebe kofom. Na kofom kre we did that. The Nigerian government has a duty to hold those responsible accountable and demand justice for the victims. President Mohammed's reported anger at IGP Dompreh's attempt to lobby him through external influence shows that the Ghanaian government is taking the matter seriously. The Omocha say, Ora President Mahama, ebu for wefu no, ni bu a efu eye IGP ni kyerese. Asem no wonfa ne light o ne niabre. Na enche sooner rather later, John Dramani Mahama will crack the whip. Hey, Asembeni. Adentina obema external people abefre ono John Mahama for what? Why? Also, the decision to dismiss IGP Dompreh and the search for a suitable replacement underscore the commitment to accountability and upholding the rule of law. Chense, ye be se Dompreh as I see a jitum to say, ye be yen hwehwemu bi accountability be koso obi enso be hwe say we ni nnuma ene ne dwuma yo etisen accountability be say koso ni nnuma etisen IGP no enso to me accountable ni nnuma na etisen say ene ne dwuma enso eso ni pani sabri ye ka say Ghana for mo betumi akọ and the last, I say about 80 to 90%, if not 99%, of Ghana police, women are ready with their white ataso, white apron, ready to jubilate if IGP is asked to go home. Yemen America, they know. Now America said, President Mahama Pa, on the intelligence agency, and a report in 24 to 72 hours, non-share reported. Go, Moko Ghana police, call the police officers, ask them, do you want the IGP? And what they will tell them. Mr. Mahama, forget about your chief of staffs. The chief of staff, no Mugu Mahama, may say, they are not helping the president. Some of them have a role to play. Omo play role bia sa role M1 John Mahama. Me say, let your intelligent officers, the national affairs is saying BNI, let them go do a survey. No more reports in between. No shade. No more shade. The decision to dismiss Dompreh in search for a suitable replacement underscore the commitment to accountability, upholding the rule of law. Let's just say IGP no be kwa as I see it to me then or yeah accountability as a IGP Dompreh or yeah accountability sika ayira yira wo ho no allegations where they about Dompreh no edoso PW Deben police welfare fund o se den ni na ye se ayira. Now here obi so actual letter dia koma President Mahama any or say, Your Excellency President Mahama, during your campaign, you and the NDC, among other things, promised to reset Ghana. Promised what? Reset Ghana. Upon winning the election, many Ghanaians, including members of the Ghana Police Service, were persuaded by this message and voted overwhelmingly for the NDC. Mo wa sama na no hopes ya obi adoye obetra na okan enini o enu epie no mahu. What it means is that NDC for some mutim wants to say part of my vote na mu win across the security services Ghana police edi mu akotene. Enti Mr. President Mahama se man hwe niye amfa nioma bi antutu ya hwe media me ka kire mu o Mr. President, with respect, Mr. President John Dramani Mahama, some of your chief of staffs are not doing things right. Let me say, Mr. President, and the Tier. Or say, the NDC's significant victory across the country, particularly in the special voting, indicates that the police service also desires to be part of the reset. For the police service, a crucial aspect of the reset is the removal of the IGP by the NDC administration. Don't go patch any say. Ebra John Mahama can say reset no. Womuni John Mahama na president no candidate Mahama. Womuni ni adwin sampa. So we brought John Mahama, the candidate then, to reset this country. Two, resetting the country, no, Mamudi say, what we resetting Ghana no, is to push the IGP away. That is the basis of their reset. Asma no mo. Now, Tio, I say the Ghana Police Service has been mismanaged by IGP Dompreh through unprecedented maladministration, vindictiveness, and irregularities in postings, transfers, promotions, and procurement. One more just say, IGP was mismanaging police service badly. Ebini say, "Eno mabobon wa habe brebeno." Ebini say, posting basa, post or they all promote basa, transfers basa, and you may be brave and irregularities. Therefore, if the NDC disregards, therefore, if the NDC disregards the police service and retains IGP Dompreh, they should be aware that they have not only disappointed the police service, but also betrayed the police officers. The more can I say, some maintain Dompreh, Munye Bibiao, the Amaya say. Me betray akra can say we twim mpo ref is na mechanic twim oh me betray police for administration yeah you see you say ye nam benu ene ekosumu a benu a na ye kohwe o enti se NDC for no ene mo akọ sum ne se ne mu no mo akọhwe a mu begina power na chi ha mo say hey mo ntwe as na ye maintain IGP no sa na asem na tie NDC penifo Johnson Asiedun Ketia, Mr. Ketia, Munshe Bibiye, Mr. President, Munshe Bibiye, Penifo mu NDC na menemo kasano. Ora, fences is here na koye board chairman, ewe from po, GBC Bank, is it GBC? Mr. Joshua Alabi, Munshe Bibiye, Penifo mu NDC mu, Munshe na police fono, Ategya no, mu fema mu, entem. Now, he's been in the police service, God knows how many, I don't know. But I know that the man has been there for many years. Very experienced police officer. On top of it, hey, me say MPP for Kwano, especially what I know of him is his level of intelligence. Don't go there. Nobody in the police service, including this IGP, knows it. Including this IGP himself, no. A bad intelligence on the ground, he comes nowhere near Christian Tetenyohonu. No. Na edwuma no so enye intelligence amobɛ den ene mutumi aye edwuma no. Ibisa. Now, mommy nhwe nipa no a IGP allegedly say we kunkum aye Nigerian nationals na. Momfa din mra na yenhwe ade. Folks, now me dem be wie no. O say a betrayal of the police. I say who voted for them, seeking an end to the most vindictive. They are seeking an end to the most vindictive, worst. Hey, whether you use some IGP name or the most vindictive, worst, dear worst, tyrannical, or a tyranny, you see tyrannical and hypocritical leadership in the history of the Ghana Police Service. I say Ghana Police Service, no, nipa what be more or ye hypocrite, no sense here. Tyrannical as our IGP. This is serious. This is very, 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 very serious. Very serious. I'm telling you, folks. Now, Nigerians in the pictures in that screen is very sad indeed. Nigerians no omudi kra de ehudodo. Meme ntrase metimi abobo bia. Nigerians no mugusu no. Now show o say mame ntre ma debi. Adebi siya mi hu na bakwasem da. I see the names of the 5 Nigerians, including a pregnant woman, Dompreh ordered their killings for an alleged robbery incident at car price. Ye din kan kum 5 ewo car price. 5 ni kum wa car price, including a pregnant woman, wo mudini Prince Anthony Chobi, Izichuku Inguwonagu sedien ena Emmanuela Chiwatula ena pregnant lady no wezo Ahamafula Owu Kwa Godfrey Chuwibuka aka Caleb ena Ikebana at large, husband of Emmanuela. Womina ena fiso shade bi esi wa. Radi yeso edin. Na yemra we so Michael Eki Chuwudi Moses Prince John Akose Iduka Ijoka Naji then Ikezi Iliachi ena hwan Ziti Chuna verse Chukuna nu best. Now bibi esi wana menti adenasi ehu pa o. Or say the people in the picture are all, Nigerian nationals arrested and brought to the police headquarters, Joint Operations Center from Kaswa. From the picture, you can see the JOC, that's police headquarters, from the background. The picture was taken by a police. The picture was taken by a policeman during the time the IGP's PID men were preparing them to be shot under the mango tree. My goodness. Just the pictures me try no. Shadi na ABC or say the pictures or say the pictures was taken by a policeman during the time the IGP's PID men were preparing them to be shot under the mango tree. Mango tree ni ekokumo mu na mango tree behind the JOC ni enfa joint operational JOC on the express instruction of the IGP Dompreh. During the extrajudicial killings of these Nigerian nationals, the circle person, munje nipa na ya circle no, munzumi nimra, munzumi no, nipa na ya circle ma menka no ho asem bi wa ankyere mu. Oze munzumi no, oze during the extrajudicial killings of this Nigerian national, the circle person was shot several times by now AC nipa no kum sa kwa guy or show please moment in na hosa yes this guy or show it according to my report here no nipa okum no now IGP abona baso or is a friend ASP Bernard Owusu Pablo now in charge of Tema Regional PID, but he didn't give up the ghost. Hey, notice how Kwano down your bone 207 when woo Mosha DCA. Or see, he didn't give up the ghost. He later found dead and was carried among the others into the police mortuary. This guy's name is Naji Ikizi. He later in the night found sitting down in the mortuary by one of the mortuary men, who in turn called to inform ASP Bernard Owusu and his team about the situation. Papaya or Shahoya Yedi Green a circle no information I may want to say. Yedine can nipa no any abo mu na atu onon kwa abo no 27 wan ana yede won kogu police mortuary na anadwo asuom no na wa sorry ete mortuary honom ei asembe nie enti mortuary man no ekọ ne nchen na omukọ no omu di nkan frɛ akwa no ASP Bernard no e na oka kire nse baaku enwu enti ono wa sorry a ote ho na den na esiye ye nto aso o say ASP Bernard Owusu and his team went back to the mortuary, carried Naji Ezeki ostensibly to send him for treatment. They shockingly brought him back to the police headquarters mortuary, dead, with his head damaged beyond recognition. The painful thing is that this guy had just come to Ghana to visit his brothers from Nigeria on that very evening, and his brothers were entertaining him at a joint in Kaswa when the IGP's PID men arrested him alongside the other Nigerian nationals. God have mercy. Just Ebra, one of no Abranti no nwuye. Enti afidie ASP Bernard no eneni dom no ehu saa no de ometimi aya ne se wo mo saa de ne call back afi omu gu no bullet ne se de be ya ne nim kura ne yehu omu di bullet ne gu no mu a kopmeta ma ne nim na ya deformed no mo saa de ne ba mortuary according to the report I'm reading. IGP, please, oh, is this true? Can you issue a rejoinder? Can you issue a press release? Can the police PR come over for some discussions? Folks,